and thanks for checking out this video. Today, I'm going to talk about how to get acquainted with the natural world. My talk will be accompanied by photos of my friends and cohorts doing just that, to hopefully give you further inspiration and ideas. The way I see it, getting to know nature more deeply has two major components. The first is appreciation, cultivating an enjoyment of nature, the flora, fauna, and natural systems, simply being present and observing what's around us without categorizing, analyzing, or judging. The second component is knowledge, slowly learning more about the components of the vast world we call nature. I feel that each of these aspects are equally important. Of course, it makes the most sense to start by cultivating your appreciation of nature. If you notice that you're viewing nature as a sort of generic wallpaper or backdrop for your life, take the time to observe it more closely. For this, you don't have to know a thing. You just have to find some aspect of the natural world that you like and spend time enjoying it. This can be at your home garden, a lake where you go boating, or shady woodland trails at the park. Notice the sounds, the smells, the colors of flowers, and the flights of birds. As you take in all of these aspects of the world around you, you will come to notice that nature is not mere wallpaper that surrounds you, but a vast world filled with fascinating inhabitants. You may choose to stop there for a time, savoring your newfound enjoyment of the natural world. There is so much to see and observe, from the tiniest anthills to the enormous nests of bald eagles. You don't have to be an expert on these things to appreciate how wondrous they are. In fact, sometimes the analytical mind can prevent us from fully experiencing wonder. Cherish the fact that you're seeing these things with new eyes as the world unfurls before you. Allow yourself to dwell in this state of wonder, appreciating it for what it is. Now, some of you may find that, upon entering the woods or the meadow, you don't find anything intriguing at all. This may feel disappointing, but please don't give up. You may have to readjust your standards of what to expect. Depending on where you live, you may be unlikely to happen upon an elephant or a tiger striding out of the bush. But amazing discoveries can be found even in vacant city lots. You might just have to adjust the scale of your perceptions from very large, elephant-sized, to very small. Look at the diverse array of flowers blooming in a meadow in late summer. Are there tiny creatures clinging to the blossoms or flying among them? What do they seem to be doing there? In the forest, use your ears as well as your eyes to listen for the sounds of life. Follow a tree trunk upwards with your eyes and discover the world of tiny creatures that make their homes there. Walk around a pond's edge to look and listen for frogs. Look for animal tracks in the snow or in the mud. Attempt to discern where they were headed. Turn over logs in search of intriguing small creatures. There is always much to find out in nature if you know where to look. Slow your walking pace, or maybe stop walking altogether and just sit for a time, taking in the experience of the world around you. Wonder is there for the finding. Now, if you decide that you'd like to deepen your relationship with nature, you may wish to develop a greater understanding of some of the things you've been experiencing. This is the point where insecurity or embarrassment may begin to creep in. Often, people are intimidated, even ashamed by what they don't already know. They're often reluctant to admit their lack of knowledge, even to themselves. This stumbling block may prevent you from taking your love of nature any further, because you're ashamed to look foolish or to feel inexperienced. Please keep in mind that, If you continue down this path, you will be learning in precisely the same way as the experts, one discovery at a time. No one's born an expert after all. It doesn't matter if a given topic has been explored by scientists for a century. It's new to you. You can, of course, take advantage of any scientific discoveries to enhance and supplement your own observations. But don't stop observing. You are a naturalist. Discoveries made with your own eyes are richer and more meaningful than any you can read about in a book. To begin, I suggest that you expand your knowledge on one or two topics that interest you the most. You yourself will know what these are. These are the questions that come to you at the end of a long day photographing wildflowers in a field or turning over rocks in the creek. At this point, you have choices. You can get in touch with other enthusiasts to deepen your knowledge, or you can turn to the printed word. Of course, it's most enriching to do both. Some people learn best by interacting with others, as I do. Other people feel more comfortable building a solid foundation from books and other resources before approaching like-minded folks. Either way is fine. If your goal is to learn the names of things, don't feel intimidated by the apparent complexity and difficulty of knowing what things are. Start small. Choose just one or two topics. Spring woodland wildflowers, perhaps, or stream fishes. Regional materials are best. Start by looking for field guides and other books that focus on species from your own state or region. These are often simpler to start with and present you with a more limited array of flora and fauna which you will readily encounter. Google search your preferred topic and go to Amazon to look for books on the subject. If you don't want to invest any money at this point, take titles found on Amazon and search for them at your local library. You may have to request the books from another library branch, so if you're not sure how to do that, ask a librarian for help. You can also look for materials for sale at your local nature center. If you're not sure where this is, look it up, or call one of your local park offices to see if they have a visitor center with a bookstore. Most places will have one. There, you can often find a suitable array of books and other materials for the local nature enthusiast. You can peruse these to see which have a style that appeals to you. Your state may even offer free field guides, found at park offices and nature-oriented events. Ohio's Division of Wildlife has issued a whole series of small paper field guides which are perfect for the beginner, on topics ranging from lichens to waterfowl, spiders to mammals. Again, you can pick these up at your local park office, nature center, or most nature-oriented events where park personnel will be present. I myself use the Division of Wildlife's free Spiders of Ohio field guide to begin my own study of spiders, a study which continues to the present day. I found it to be incredibly useful. When you feel the time is right to share your enthusiasm with others, a wealth of resources is available to you. Online, you can look for local interest groups and clubs. You don't even have to leave home. Simply join a few Facebook groups to share photos and experiences with other members. If you prefer to be low-tech, go to your local nature center or park visitor center once more and inquire about groups, clubs, and activities. Many different options may be available, including scheduled nature hikes and educational programs offered by the park itself. Park naturalists should be friendly and encouraging of your interest, and receptive to any questions you may have. They can often steer you in the right direction if you're seeking further information. Through cultivating an appreciation and understanding of nature, a vast world of mystery opens before you. Don't be afraid of its newness, or of your newness to it. At the meeting point of wonder and understanding dwells the budding naturalist. If you're like me, you may find this to be the most exciting time of your life. Happy adventuring.